Hey guys, Serial Rider here. Wanted to talk to you today about the MSF course, and that stands for Motorcycle Safety Foundation, and that's something I suggest all new riders should take, whether you already have a motorcycle or not. And if you're an experienced rider and you haven't taken it, why don't you go ahead and take it too. That is a course that obviously is provided by the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, and it's a 2-day course over the weekend that will teach you all the basic riding skills necessary to ride safely out on the road. And they will teach you all kinds of things, from basic clutch control to emergency stopping to some evasive maneuvers. And that course is really good for new riders that don't really quite know what they're doing, or maybe they just don't have enough experience on a motorcycle to feel comfortable out in heavy traffic. And this course will definitely make you feel more confident when you're done with it. And as a bonus to those of you who don't already have your motorcycle license, when you take this course, assuming you pass it, they will give you a waiver that you can take to your Department of Driver Services and turn it in to get your license. And when you do that, you don't have to take the normal skills test or the normal written test. You just turn that waiver in and they'll hand you back a license. So I recommend that everybody take it if you haven't taken it, whether you're new or experienced. It's a great course. I had a fun time doing it too. Met a lot of interesting people. And we even had 2 experienced riders in my course. One of them was from Greece and had been living here for a few years, and he had been riding over there for forever, but he was taking the course just to make sure he's kind of up to speed on all the rules and all that for here. So, you know, even though he was experienced, he thought he would get something out of the course by taking it, and I think he did. So I definitely recommend you take that. It's a great course. Now for the cost, it's about $200. It may be different in your area. I've heard some people say it was $250, but it was $200 for me. And they do make you pay that up front, so when you register and reserve your spot, you do have to go ahead and pay. To do the registration, you can do that all online. You can also call or mail it in, I believe, but you can certainly do all the registration process over the internet. So how you're going to do that is you're going to go to your Department of Driver Services website, and you're going to look for the MSF course, and they'll have a couple different courses offered. The one you're going to want to select if you're a new rider is the Basic Rider course, the BRC. And they're going to have a calendar that'll show you all the weekends that it's running, and the ones that are full and the ones that are open. So go ahead and sign up for one of those. Go ahead and pay your dues and wait for your fun class. And when you're done with that and you get your license and you've completed it and you get your little card that says, "I've completed the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course," there are a couple other benefits you get from it. And one of those is insurance discounts. And the discount does vary by carrier, so I can't tell you what you're going to get if you're not on mine. And I'm currently using Geico for my insurance, just for the ease. I mean, I can do everything online, and I like that. It's just convenient for me, and it's still pretty cheap. And the discount I got for the MSF course was $200, and that's an annual discount. So for the first year of riding, after I completed the MSF course, it takes off $200 off of my annual premium, which basically pays for the course. But the discount is actually good for 2 years. So not only do I get that $200 off on that first year, but I get $200 off again on the next year. So it's kind of like getting a free $200 back from my insurance carrier, which is great. So it pays for itself and then some. So even if you're just looking at it from the money aspect, it's a great thing to do because it'll save you money. Even though you have to pay a little bit up front, it'll save you down the road. So yet again, I recommend everybody goes ahead and takes that course. And one other thing, I kind of forgot to mention this one, another bonus you can get is if you keep your MSF completion card, it's like a little, you know, kind of like business card size thing that says you have completed, and it's got your instructor's name and he signs off on it, and it's got your name and the date. You can take that to Cycle Gear and they will give you a 15% discount on full priced items. So if you want to buy something there and it's not on sale, or you know, if you wait for it to go off sale because the sale was only 5% or 10%, take your card in and show that to them when you're at the counter and say, you know, I'd like to apply my MSF discount, and they'll go ahead and do that and take off 15%. I actually use that for my helmet. So I have an Icon airframe Manic helmet that I ordered through Cycle Gear. I went into the store to do it to make sure I could use the discount, because I don't know how you would apply it on the website. But what I did is I just went in and I told them the one I wanted, and I tried on some similar helmets so I could get a good sizing, and I handed them my card and said, you know, hey, is this good? And they said, yeah, certainly. So they took off 15% off my helmet, and it wasn't a cheap helmet. So that was a nice little discount. And I don't even think that helmet is really ever on sale. So, you know, it was a nice little bonus for me to be able to get some extra money off. So the MSF course will keep paying for itself over and over again. The more gear you buy, the more it'll save you. Now, I don't know if they have any kind of limitations on a time frame in which you can use that discount. I've used mine continuously here and there when buying stuff, and I took it back in January, or late January. And so, you know, I don't know if after like 2 years they say, all right, well, you can't apply that one anymore. I don't even know if they check the date on the card. They may not. But in my case, you know, they have no problems. They keep letting me use it. So I'm gonna keep using it, saving me money. So yeah, the MSF class, great thing for everybody to do. There's a couple fun things they make you do and some not so fun things. I guess it kind of depends upon your perspective, but it'll teach you better riding skills. You know, they'll make you practice doing U-turns, doing 90-degree turns, doing all kinds of funky turns, you know, tight ones, wide ones. They make you do this like funny S-turn. So, you know, you go into it and then you turn, you know, 180 degrees back to the right, and then you turn 180 degrees back to the left, and it's not that big and the lanes are pretty narrow, so it's kind of testing your skills on maneuverability and handling over the motorcycle. So they will definitely make you more confident when you come out of it. It's a great class to help build confidence, whether you're an experienced rider or not. And another couple quick things, for those of you who are new and don't have gear and don't have a motorcycle, you can use some of the gear they have there. They don't provide jackets. I should have mentioned this. There's 3 things they make you have. They make you have helmet, glove, and jacket. So if you don't have those, you can't take the class. But they do have some helmets on site they can provide in the event that you don't have one, or you just forgot to bring it for whatever reason. Now, those helmets aren't going to be comfortable. They're not really going to be sized to your head very well. You know, they may fog up or whatever, depending upon when you take it. But, you know, they do have a little bit of stuff there you can use helmet-wise. Now, they're not going to have jackets or gloves, so far as I know, but other people in my class did borrow the helmets, the ones that didn't have their own. I already have my own, so I didn't have to worry about that, but, you know, you have that option if you don't have your own gear, so just keep that in mind. And on another note, for the basic rider course, you don't have to bring your own motorcycle. You use the ones they have there. So they have all 250s, so far as I know. I haven't heard of one using anything other than a 250, and they use various kinds. You know, they've got little Yamahas and Suzukis and Hondas, and in my class I was the only one on a 250 Rebel, so you know, the little Honda 250 Rebel, and it was okay. It was really finicky in first though, So I should have picked one of the other ones. It just had the lowest seat height, and I'm not really a tall guy, so that's kind of why I chose it. And it looked comfortable, but in the end, I guess it really wasn't, considering I had to pay attention to my clutch work a lot more than I think if I was on one of the other ones, just because it was really finicky. You know, the friction zone on that clutch was horrible. And it had been beaten up to hell and back. I mean, there were dents all over the tank and all that, but I mean, it worked. It ran, and I still completed the course successfully and did a pretty good job on my skills test, so I can't complain. But it was, you know, it was just a little frustrating at first, kind of getting used to it. But that's part of the game, you know. So anyways, that's all I got about that. I'm about to get on the highway, so you can't hear me anyways. So thanks for checking out my channel. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you thought. If you want any more videos like this, you know, tell me. I'll be happy to produce them. And I may actually make another video where I go over to the course that I took. It's actually the same one that I Am Ramekin was at, the one over in Lawrenceville. And I may go over there if they have it open at some point and nobody's on it, and just kind of play around and show you what it looks like and do some of the maneuvers again, kind of show you what you're going to get prepared for. So anyways, Serial Rider, thanks again guys, take it easy.